How are you feeling? Can we just start there? Can you just tell me how are you feeling?
I'm COVID free.
Boom, baby. That's the way to be, right? At this point, that alone is worth celebrating. Am I right?
Oh, 2 tests, Monday and Monday, COVID free. I ran a fever in the middle, had a bunch of weird symptoms, and self-quarantined, and I'm COVID free.
Now, what were you alarmed? Is that why you got tested? Were you like, hold on, something's going on? Or was it kind of routine for you?
Well, I ran a low-grade fever for several days. I had nausea, diarrhea, headache. So for me, especially since I was one of the people trying to raise money for CORE, I just felt like for me not to self-quarantine, not to do another test would be so hypocritical and ridiculous that I needed to do it.
Yeah.
Because
And so
even though I was like, I can't possibly have it because I had a test yesterday, literally yesterday, and I started running a fever today, I still thought, you don't get to decide because you're not Dr. Stone. So you're self-quarantining and getting another test next week.
wow. I applaud that because a lot of people, I think a lot of us are just feeling like, nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. But to take it that extra step and get retested, one, I'm glad that you are feeling better. Is that right? You're feeling better now?
I'm totally good.
Boom. Boom.
Totally good. But I'm also just like, I felt like I set an example to my children and to my assistant, to my kids' nanny, like, this is the way that we do this. And I think, at first they were a little hostile. But then by like day 4, they were like, she's not around.
Right. Right. I mean, because it's a very serious thing. I know that we're all wanting it to be over, right? So we're all like, there was a period of time where I feel like a lot of us were like, okay, cool. I think I'm gonna just maybe go out to see a friend. You know what I mean? Because you just wanted it to be done, but it's not over.
No, and so we have agreements with 2 families because I have 2 sons, so that they each have a play date that we have current COVID tests and they get to see each other. So I was like, and you cannot see your friends.
Yeah.
You can't see your friends. And that was like, what? But the parents were like, and thank you.
Exactly. Thank you for being also responsible in that way.
Yeah, for being responsible. I don't want your kid over here if you have a fever.
Right? Not till we know that you are good.
Right.
And we talk about angel food because
that's what's happened, is that now so many people can't come out because they're sick with COVID. And this is what happened with HIV/AIDS, which is when I was really beginning to work with Project Angel Food. And we raised money for a fleet of cars for people that were shut in with HIV/AIDS. Mm-hmm. And now 44 million people have died of AIDS, and there's still no vaccine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we have, 2 million people who've had COVID in our country, and there's nothing. We're now getting tests that can be resolved in 15 minutes, which is great, but there's no treatment. Mm-hmm. There's no cures. There's nothing we can really depend on yet. And we have to be really thoughtful. And now there are so many people shut in with COVID that we need more fleets of cars to take care of these people that are inside. We're all shut in. And because we're shut in, and because we have so much love that we just don't know what to do with it right now, and you would go feed them yourselves if you could, but it's dangerous. Right. www.angelfood.org. And every little bit is such a big deal. I mean, when I used to tell people this, when we were really just, people were just, I mean, I remember talking when people were dying 1 every second while I talked, 1 every second. And now we have ads for PrEP on TV like it's an aspirin ad.
Yeah, in magazines.
Yes, because people gave $1. Hey, give $1, Right. It's COVID. People are dying. I've lost my godmother. I lost my adopted grandmother already to COVID.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes, people are actually dying. I know some people still don't want to believe it, but
No, I mean, I didn't know that you personally had dealt with loss due
yes,
to COVID.
yes. Oh, yes.
And
Oh,
so when you think about 20 years you've been involved with this organization, um, and you know what I mean, still fighting for the dignity of people, still fighting for the needs of people, still putting your name and your own dollars where your mouth is. You know what I mean? What does it mean to you to see people who do step up and say, I mean, you know, the telethon this weekend is going to be major.
it means that what I know and what I believe continues to be true is that we are love.
Mm.
And we have so much love to give. And what's bothering us now is that we can't go out and do it. We can't go out and kiss and hug everybody that we love. So give your kisses in dollars and cents. If you can give $2, give $2. If you can give $2,000, give $2,000. If you can give 20,000, do that. I mean, do what you can do. But there are people that really will not eat today because they cannot get up to feed themselves unless you help them, unless you go to www.angelfood.org.
Now tell me this, Harry and Meghan also came through to help deliver some meals. What was it like to see them step up and really be a part of this thing?
You know, the thing about them, which is so great, is they didn't come here to live off of our community. They came here to be a part of our community. We can see them, you know, my friend was sitting in her car and she said, and they bicycled across the street in front of me while I was sitting at the red light. And I was like, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
They're part of our community. They become a part, a giving, caring, participating part of our community. Mm-hmm. They're not here like, would you like to kiss my butt?
Right. Or we're here to not interact with you at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're here to get involved, to get to work. I love the fact that you have been also not just raising money, but in the kitchen, right? Like you don't shy away. Like you get your hands dirty. You mean business about this work.
Well, I'm the daughter of a third generation Irish maid. I was brought up cleaning. You know, my house is clean.
That I know.
Yeah. So I know how to cook and clean and sew, you know, so do my brothers.
I've also loved you on social media, have been inspiring the people in our office. You know, we're all kind of separated right now because of COVID-19 and sheltering in place. But I see these emails going, did you see Sharon Stone? Oh my God, this post that she just had. You are keeping people motivated and interested in taking care of themselves. I think there was a photo of you maybe I think you posted in a bikini, and people, you would have thought it was like, I was like, y'all are really going crazy. But there's something, you have been an icon. You know what I mean? You are an icon. And so to see you like, oh, by the way, wow. You know what I mean? It's inspiring to a lot of people. Do you think about that when you post? Or are you just like, I feel good, and so here we go?
We were just at the pool, and my son made that helmet, and he's just so talented. I mean, he was blowing glass, and then he decided that the studio next door, they were welding. So he wanted to take welding also, and he made this great helmet. But I had it above a fireplace, and I thought that my friend was going to come and stay, and I thought if that fell on her head, it would be over. I need to take that helmet out of here. So I was carrying the helmet out, and I thought, I think I'll just wear it. This could be my mask. So I put the helmet on, and I was walking around by the pool, and my friend was like, turn around, I need a picture of that. And she just took the picture. And I thought, I'm going to post that. That is really funny. Right? Yeah, so it wasn't really like a thing, you know what I mean?
Well, it quickly, for the people in our office, it quickly became a thing. Like, it's actually a poster above one of the offices, like, keep it right, keep it tight. It's crazy for me to think, you know, every time I've talked to you, you've shared with me a story that you would never believe. And to know that are you still in the process of writing the memoir, or are you done?
It's done.
Was it when you finished the last page, the last edit, right? You sign off on the completion of the book. Is it a sigh of relief, or does the oh snap set in?
You know, I had several months of like, I just can't finish this because then I'm going to have to deal with it when it comes out in public. I'm going to have to face this. And it's not exactly like a full memoir. It's about some things in particular.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, I had to like suck it up and finish the book.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah. It took me like, I had a few months of like, I don't know, you know, so I just suck it up and finish the book. And I don't know if I hope that people get something out of it.
What was the hardest part for you? What was the part that you were like, that was holding you, maybe keeping you from finishing it, you think?
I just want,
the reason I ask is because you have been, in my experience of you, fearlessly honest.
mm-hmm.
You have demanded respect, not just wanted it, not just given it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I would imagine that this book would be an exercise of giving other, maybe perhaps women in particular, license, or if they've been waiting on permission to do the same thing in their very own lives.
Yes, I hope so. I mean, I think that a lot of times in my life, my purpose has been to advocate for people.
It's true.
I really wanted to advocate for civil rights, human rights. But I think along the way, I never really stopped and was an advocate for myself.
Wow.
And I think there was a point where I thought, there's some issues here where I'd like to advocate for myself, where there's never been a space for me to advocate for myself.
Mm-hmm.
The world has never provided a space for me to advocate for a couple of things that I would like to mention.
And so this book is an exercise in self-advocacy.
And for some things that I think I'd like to shine a little light on.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything, and we can talk about something else. We can move on if you'd like, but is there anything in particular that I could ask you about? Anything in particular you want to share now?
I think it would be better to read the book.
Okay. Will you send me a copy and then we can chop up again? Because I would love, you are one of those.
As soon as we can, that's going to happen. Just as soon as we can.
Sweet.
Yeah, a few I's and T's are being dotted. The cover's chosen. We're just in the last couple of little things, and it's coming out in March next year.